Kyle. I feel like we were
Hey.
just here.
I know. Except it got dark outside of my window during our break.
Sun goes down. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the LPTV Disney, another LPTV Disney news update coming to you this afternoon. My name is Doobie Mosley, and the guy over there is the managing editor of laughingplace.com, Kyle Burbank. And we're going to be joined by quite a few people today as we talk about a number of subjects, including Beauty and the Beast 30th celebration information that's just come out. We're going to get our merchandise diva, Becca, to come on and talk about Bring Home the Galaxy. We're going to get Mac, our Marvel guy, to come on and talk about our Hasbro Pulse live stream this morning. We're going to go live to Disneyland today, and then we're going to round it out with Mike Celestino. Can't leave off that name. And then we're going to round it out by looking at the early social media reactions to Avatar: The Way of Water, which is going to be dropped. Those are going to start dropping in just 14 minutes. So let's get started. Kyle, we're going to get started with a look at some of the photos that have just come out on for Beauty and the Beast, a 30th celebration, which is coming to ABC December 15th and then to Disney Plus the very next day. Accounting trick? I'm not sure, but that is how it's going to be released.
Not an accounting thing in this case. This is what they've been doing. They've done a few of these before. These sort of, they show the movie, but then it's basically like the live Hollywood Bowl shows that they do, except that this is not live. It's pre-recorded, and they just do the musical numbers while showing the movie.
So that's what this is. They're actually just going to show the film, but then when it comes time to do the songs, the cast will come out and
that's my understanding. I'm sure Benji will shake his head wildly if I'm wrong.
Or type something in private chat.
Yes.
We can reveal that Paige O'Hara, the original voice of Belle, will have a cameo in this film as the bookseller, presumably in the first song, Belle. That is pretty cool. You've read it 3 times. So that's cool. I'm very happy. I know when they did The Little Mermaid live, they had Jodie Benson introduce it. And now we get Paige O'Hara doing a cameo. That's great. So let's just take a look at some of these photos they've released. Of course, the stained glass. This is really pretty. This is almost like being at Be Our Guest restaurant, which we were talking about earlier. Here's Belle. No, this is not Belle. Here's Beast, who is portrayed by Josh Groban. Am I correct?
Of Evermore fame.
The theme park?
Yeah, that one. No, the one that they added for the live action, he did the pop version, quote unquote pop version of the song.
And this is the narrator, Rita Moreno, who is a superstar, like absolute superstar in the world of entertainment. This looks like the Enchantress. Would that be your assumption there?
Yeah. Oh, those are interesting.
So this is one of the, they're obviously in rehearsals and such, and this is one of the photos they released. I'm not even sure. I guess
these have to be rehearsals. It's not going to be live, so they could be filming.
That's true, but it's going to be filmed live in front of an audience. So
that's true.
You're right. This could be a picture from that, though. So anyway, whatever this is, it's interesting looking. Rita Moreno again. And again, this is going to be on December 15th.
Just a little over a week.
Take a quick look at the cast for you guys, in case you haven't seen it. We've got her as Belle. I like this Disney bounding that they're wearing here. Martin Short as Lumiere. Shania Twain will be Mrs. Potts. Rita Moreno as the narrator we saw. Leo Abello Perry as Little Chip. Rizwan Manji as LeFou, it's true. Josh Groban as the Beast. John Briones as Maurice the Baguettes. Joshua Henry as Gaston. That's an impressive looking Gaston. And David Alan Grier, because it is a requirement that Cogsworth be portrayed by a 3-named person as Cogsworth, of course. Yes. So looking forward to that.
Going back to the Hollywood Bowl, when they did the thing where they showed Beauty and the Beast and then had the songs with actors, got to see that with Kelsey Grammer as Lumiere, and Zoe Deschanel was Belle, and Jane I always mix her up with the other one, but the one from 30 Rock, she was Mrs. Potts, and she was a big surprise. She had a very beautiful performance of Beauty and the Beast that she did.
Love to see Zoe Deschanel as Belle. That sounds really good. Can tell Edna Mode didn't make the outfits too many tapes. That's really funny too. All right, for our next story, we are going to bring on Becca Burbank, Kyle's other half, to talk about. Well, she'll tell you what she's talking about. But before we get to that, Becca, are you a fan of Beauty and the Beast?
I don't hear you.
Talking while muted.
Okay. Yes, I am. No, I'm sorry. I muted it because I didn't want to come on and do something stupid, and then I did something stupid. Big fan of Beauty and the Beast. I loved the movie. I had the Barbie
Are you
doll.
looking forward to this?
Yeah. Yes, I am. Okay. I think it'll be really good.
Did you like the live action?
Not as much as the animated. So, and I heard Kyle saying something about the Beauty and the Beast in concert at the Hollywood Bowl. That was better than the live action, in my opinion.
Have you ever seen the stage production?
I have not, other than the one at Hollywood Studios.
And that one is great?
I mean, it's fun. It's fun. I've not seen the Broadway show, though.
So this is Becca Burbank. If you're not familiar with her, she is the one of the hosts of Barely Necessities every Tuesday at 4 p.m., which means we are interrupting her prep time because her show comes on in about 68 minutes. But what do you want to talk to us about now, right now?
We're going to talk some Star Wars merchandise, give you a little preview of what we'll be talking about later on Barely Necessities. We're on week 8 of 9 of Bring Home the Galaxy. And we've got, as it says in the headline there, some retro Hasbro toys, rock love, jewelry, and a lot more. This set, how fun is that? We're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So this is a ATST. I think that's how you say it. Walker, and then also Chewbacca. So pretty cool there. This is a new collection, Boba Fett collection, coming to Harvey's. I believe it launches on December 12th, and that'll be on shopharveys.com, exclusive to their site. So I love that look.
The seatbelt material.
Mm-hmm. The lightsabers here, the Kyber crystal necklaces from Rock Love have been a big hit. We have Ahsoka Tano and Darth Maul. Ahsoka Tano as a Padawan, I believe, is what I read.
That's why it's green instead of white.
Mm-hmm. And then this is a hard drive. So if you want to, with like LED lights, there's like red LED lights in there. They also have one for Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. But
okay, yeah, that's cool.
Some Vera Bradley, Darth Vader. I think that launched earlier this year, but always good to feature that. We're actually working on another story for Vera Bradley right now. So
cool.
Really cool.
So you can learn more about all of this, as well as many other merchandise things, in just about an hour, right where you're watching us, if you're watching us on LPTV. Otherwise, it'll be on the Laughing Place YouTube channel. Can I ask you a question as a non-merchandise person? Bring Home the Galaxy week 8. What the heck is Bring Home the Galaxy?
It's a Disney and Lucasfilm merchandise campaign. We've seen this a couple times. They did one with Bring Home the Bounty that was themed to Book of Boba Fett. They did some stuff with Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and then with the Mandalorian, they had a whole bunch of Star Wars. Or Bring Home the Bounty was everything leading up to that. Bonus bounties was Book of Boba Fett.
It was Mando Mondays, wasn't there?
They did. Oh yeah, they had Mando Mondays too. They had so many. That's right. I'm like, I know all this stuff, but yes, this is just a merchandise campaign spanning different apparel, toys, collectibles, even publishing in some instances. So if it's related to Star Wars, probably going to see it featured in this campaign.
And as I said, your show will be debuting. Your show will be coming on in about an hour. What else you guys got on tap to kind of tease what's coming up later?
Well, I'm most excited about talking about the Disney 100, the new Platinum Celebration collection. We don't have links to anything yet, but that's all coming next week. So we're going to go through a whole bunch of the items that we have been teased. So I'm very excited about that.
That's in an hour right here on Barely Necessities Disney Merchandise Show with Becca and Rebecca. So stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for taking time to talk to us today, Becca.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Awesome. Next up, we have someone who's not
I'm
nearly as
excited
busy
about
as
the
Rob.
shirt that he's wearing. I must get a closer look at this.
Okay, so we call this guy Marvel Mac. He handles everything Marvel for us. He also is our VP of alcohol and other things that go in your mouth and sustain you. How you doing, Mac?
I'm great. I keep waiting for the alcohol talk on LPTV. I'm wondering when we're going to do that show, but I'll stick to Marvel for now.
You know they have like drunk history. Maybe we should do drunk Marvel. Probably not. That is a bad idea. Bad
Hey, you
idea.
bitched
All
it.
right.
It's official.
What are you here for, Mac?
So today was the final Hasbro Pulse live stream for the Marvel Legends series team of 2022. So they revealed some new X-Men stuff. 2023 is the 60th anniversary of the X-Men, so they're going to be releasing a whole bunch of new X-Men figures next year. We had a couple of 3-packs revealed. They're really leaning into Uncanny X-Men number 275. Very specific set of figures here. I'm not sure why. So they're releasing a 3-pack. If you scroll down just a little bit, you can see the first one there is going to be Gambit, Banshee, and Psylocke. So they're all wearing these matching uniforms, which you see on the cover of that particular comic. And then the second of the 2 3-packs is going to be Storm, Forge, and Jubilee, which Kyle pointed out my shirt here. Yes, I do have a Jubilee shirt. It might be the only one in existence. I don't know.
Good look at
Yeah,
that
did you
shirt.
buy that for yourself? Was this a gift?
It was a gift from my wife, but I just told her, pick some obscure characters, get me some Marvel T-shirts, and it worked.
Nice.
Fun
Yeah,
fact,
now this-
blob.
my first family dog actually was named Jubilee, so that was a connection there.
Is this an obscure Marvel character?
He's not that obscure. He's a fairly major X-Men villain, the Blob. So this
What is the blob?
Kyle, you can't drop Family Guy references on me while we're live. So this is a figure that will kind of go along with that same collection, but this one will be sold individually, obviously much bigger scale. Both of those 2-packs and the Blob, and then this one as well, this Rogue, Outback look Rogue here. These will all be available for pre-order on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Hasbro Pulse. So you'll be able to order those there.
That Rogue looks a little bit better than the one on the pin that Celestino took a picture of today.
Yes. That collection is really cool, but for some reason the Rogue one, their face is not great. And then what you saw there, just a little bit lower, there you go. They also revealed a new wave coming in, I think they said spring 2023 or just 2023. No pre-order date for these just yet. But this will be a Build-A-Figure wave. They revealed the 7 figures that will be a part of this. They will be Kid Omega, who you can see there with his sort of
with the Omega on the sleeve.
Yeah, exactly.
Figured that one out.
You've also got Fang, some obscure characters in this one for sure. Fang, Chamber, Monet, St. Croix, Corsair, and then some less obscure ones like Emma Frost and Cyclops, of course.
So yeah, if it were not for the Omega, I would not have known who that was. My first guess was Machine Gun Kelly.
Is this the Rogue you're referring to?
That is the Rogue, yes. I love the look. I love the design. The face on her is something a little bit off there. Yeah, so there's Fang. You got Chamber right below him. Monet. Corsair, the father of Cyclops. And then you've got some more recognizable characters, Emma Frost and Cyclops himself.
Awesome.
So is this one of their Fan Fridays on a Tuesday, or is it something else?
They've kind of abandoned the Fan Friday thing for a while now. They've just been kind of dropping a live stream every month. And this was the last one of the year, like I said. So they also took the time on this video to do a draft, to go full Zacks of Life on us, and they drafted their favorite products of 2021. So that was pretty cool, just to kind of recap the year. I liked how they did that. This image that you're seeing now that Kraven the Hunter, and then right below him, below the ad, is Spider-Man from the Gamerverse. These are just digital renders. These are figures that will be coming in spring 2023.
Speaking of Zacks of Life, I like to give a plug for the fact that we had our season finale with Doobie on, where we had a very fun draft.
Yes.
Even slightly more ridiculous than normal, where we picked Christmas movies to give each other, and then we had to recast them with Marvel actors. So be sure to listen to that on Laughing Place or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That's 3 Z's and an AX.
I must admit, this particular episode of Zacks of Life is one of my favorite, along with the other 4 or 5 that I've done. So definitely check that out. So these are debuted on a live stream, right, Matt?
Yes, yeah, they reveal them on these live streams. Yeah.
Is this like an arena with like thousands of fans and like fireworks and stuff? What exactly are you watching on this stream?
No, this was the first time actually that they were all together and they weren't streaming from their homes, because they started doing this really during the pandemic, and so they all got together and got to recap the year and reveal these figures like all together in person. There's no crowd, no fanfare or anything like that.
I mean, it'd be pretty funny to have an arena of people, then unveil a 6-inch action figure, and you hope everyone can see.
Yes, that would be quite a challenge. For Galactus, the HasLab project, that might have worked out, but those 6-inch figures probably not so much.
Can you Slack Doobie your office Christmas tree photo? Because I thought that was very clever and fun.
Yeah, I should probably go ahead and tweet that from the Zacks of Life account. That'll probably be a good idea.
I think so.
Awesome. All right. Anything else you wanted to add about Zacks? I said Marvel Time is coming up in 2 days this week, Thursday, right, at 1 p.m.?
Yes, Thursday this week, special time. But yeah, well, Benji and I will be breaking down some new Marvel comics and whatever else happens in the world of Marvel over the next couple days.
When's the next big Marvel thing we're getting, movie or Disney Plus show?
February 17th will be Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Can't wait to read your review of that. I'm sure you will be featured in commercials worldwide, as always. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
All right. We are going to say goodbye to Mr. Mac. Shortly, we will say hello to Mr. Mike. The 3 p.m. time has come. Avatar: The Way of Water. If you want a good time, just put up something like hashtag Avatar: The Way of Water at 2:59 and see how it goes from no tweets to like 100 tweets instantly, as everyone has scheduled those tweets to drop right at 3 o'clock. So they are dropping. We're going to be going through some of those shortly. I'm going
to enjoy this real-time filtering that Doobie's going to do.
Yes, and not all social media tweets are LP friendly, but I will try very hard not to make any mistakes. The reviews so far seem to be quite positive, but we'll get into those more later. First, we're going to go to Mike Celestino, coming to us live from Disneyland Resort. How you doing, Mike?
Hello from the Submarine Lagoon in Tomorrowland.
Finding Nemo
The Way of Water.
Appropriate. How do you do that, Kyle? How?
We were just talking about
connecting all those dots.
I know, but anyway. So, Mike, what you been up to today at Disneyland since we last talked to you?
I was very disappointed. I had my heart set on getting the wand from Willow today at Disneyland. I saw that it was available, from other sites. I got my news from other Disney news blogs, and I came here. I was ready to buy it, and it's all sold out. It's not available anymore. But they said they might get more soon.
Now he's a weeping willow.
Yeah, there you go. I'm assuming this is improv classes is what I'm getting.
That would make sense. Have you been on any rides today?
I did the Jungle Cruise to get my little plastic Ziploc bag.
Oh, did you get one?
Yeah. I tweeted it out, but I can show you. I just got to fish it out of my backpack.
Did it keep your phone safe?
Well, the weird thing is so the way I experienced it, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be the way it's going, but I had to ask for it, and they didn't give it to me. They weren't available until after I got off the ride, like at the exit. So I don't know if that either defeats the purpose or makes the purpose seem like it's probably more appropriate.
I'm
Because
sure it's makes just as much sense.
yeah, because you're not really getting wet. Nobody's really getting wet on the Jungle Cruise. I think they just didn't want to be associated with Splash Mountain anymore, so they changed it over to the Jungle Cruise. Here's the bag. It says it's backside of water resistant. You can put your date and your name on it, and it's wild animal proof.
Are you
A
gonna go put
long list of exceptions. Yeah,
some
go ahead.
snacks in it? Some like trail mix, maybe?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll use it for something.
I mean, it's a good one. It's one with the action. It's not just like the snap together. It's got the slide.
It's got the skipper zipper, is what you mean.
Ooh, I like this branding. I hope that it expands to the rest of the line.
I saw that in your tweet, Skipper Zipper. That is the highlight of this. They need to be pushing that a little harder, I think.
And it holds everything imaginable if you only imagine small things. Very funny.
I don't like that it's like the printed off center. It looks like, unless you're just curling the.
It's slightly off center. It's not too bad. But yeah, that's from our friends at Ziploc. I don't know. They're not really our friends. And then I did Pirates of the Caribbean to see, because we got a tip. Rebecca posted a tip. I don't know where she saw this. We're getting all our news secondhand. But she said that all the turntables were working on Pirates of the Caribbean. So I went and shot a video of that and tweeted it. That was getting some traction there on Twitter, I saw.
Cool. Yeah, I was on Pirates of the Caribbean a couple weeks ago, and it was not in as good a shape. I like the one person who said they had to get it ready for Iger's visit to the resort.
Yeah.
Was there for candlelight. Did you get to see candlelight, Mike?
I did not. I think Jeremiah was there for that.
Have you ever seen candlelight?
I have. I saw it when Chris Hemsworth was the narrator some years ago.
That's a good one. This was who was it, Kyle?
It was Viola Davis.
Thank you. I wanted to say Olivia, and I knew that was wrong.
See, the good thing about Disneyland's Pirates, though, is even if half the attraction is broken, it's still better than Magic Kingdom's.
Wow.
Wow.
Run down the gauntlet.
Or Magic Kingdom sitting around watching LPTV.
Well, it still has. It can still reign as the most attended theme park in the world, so its feelings don't get too hurt.
Is it that cold out there, or is that the Matterhorn I'm hearing?
That's the Matterhorn. There's no high-speed winds blowing through right now.
It did rain earlier, though.
Yeah, it was raining a little bit this morning. Not too bad. It's like a light drizzle, but it's not currently raining. The Matterhorn is running.
Matterhorn is running, which is great news. I wanted to ask you about a couple of things, Mike.
Yeah.
So Jennifer Corbett, who is one of the writers for Bad Batch, she tweeted that had a blast screening the season 2 premiere of the Bad Batch with the team last night. So excited for you all to see the new season. # Star Wars Bad Batch. You excited for Star Wars Bad Batch season 2?
I am excited. I mean, I'm not huge on the Clone Wars era of Star Wars. That's probably my least favorite storytelling period of that franchise. But I did mostly enjoy the Bad. I mean, Bad Batch was kind of hit and miss for me in season 1, and there was some good stuff in there. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing in the second season. This is why I'm never featured on the ads like Mike Mack.
Yeah,
because I hedge all my bets. I'm not.
There was just a bad batch of episodes.
Right. I'm not effusive in my praise the way Mike Mack is.
Wow.
I got to work on Mike
Mack.
Max isn't just a shill, though. He honestly does enjoy this stuff.
I totally believe it. I'm not saying that he's being dishonest.
No, I know you're not. I'm just saying, like, we went to go see Eternals together, and he was like, I liked it even more the second time. What do you think? And I'm just like,
That's great.
I totally believe it. Maybe it's just the Marvel franchise has a better success rate than Star Wars. Who knows?
Well, they can hold a director every now and then, so that helps.
Well, one more Star Wars thing for Mike Celestino, is also our Star Wars editor. Andor got a couple of Critics' Choice Award nominations, including Best Drama Series, Best Actor in a Drama Series, Diego Luna, the star of that show. What do you think? Are they right about that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I really liked Andor a lot. I think it's very strong. I would say on a technical and dramatic level, it's pretty hard to argue that it's not the best of these Star Wars live action shows. On a Star Wars level, I prefer The Mandalorian, I think. But if you're just looking at it as a TV show, I think Andor is probably pretty great.
Gio, talking about pirates, said, even when it's down, it's still better than the Magic Kingdom.
Wow.
Hey, can we go over and see how go over to the hills of Toontown? I just want to see what the wall looks like over there.
Yeah, I was going to show you the El Capitan. Figured out the best place to stand was like back here. Something.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. Can you see it? It's like peeking out over between the bushes there. You can see the top of the El Capitan Theater marquee.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was that visible. That is cool.
Yeah.
It's coming from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in January. It'll be opening.
Yeah, this is like a month and a half away. So
wow,
pretty exciting.
That's exciting.
Have you seen?
It's been a while since.
Just off topic, but have you seen the Guardians holiday special?
Yeah, a couple times. Really like it a lot.
Were you surprised that you don't see the El Capitan even when they're on Hollywood Boulevard?
I didn't think about that, but that's a really great point. I thought it was so funny that they utilized I mean, they weren't the real people that hang out there on Hollywood Boulevard and dress up in the Sony costumes, but just using anytime someone references that, I really get a kick out of it. It was such a big part of my life. When I lived in Hollywood, I lived around the corner from the Chinese theater, and I would see those people all the time, and I was just fascinated by that.
That's funny. I lived around the corner from the Chinese theater as well. I wonder if we lived in the same apartment complex.
I was on Lanewood. I don't know.
No, I was on Orange.
Okay. You were north. I was south. Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, I wondered if because they have those knockoff characters, maybe they didn't want to associate the El Capitan with being anywhere near that.
Maybe. Good point, though. It's heavily featured in the Muppet movie with the Jason Segel Muppets.
Yes, but the El Capitan, totally different.
Yeah.
Also not based on the mountain like the other thing we looked at today was the room at Grand California. The $7,000 room at Grand California.
So we're going to go on and talk about Avatar: Way of Water. I don't know where you're headed next, but if you happen to still be around maybe the tree house in about 10 or 15 minutes, we would love to get a look at that. So we'll come back to you later. But
can I just like stay on in the background and I'll just like chime in?
Yeah, you don't have to leave.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. You want to stay? You have opinions on Avatar?
It's actually easier for me to not put away this equipment than,
Then all the better. All the better.
Of course.
All the better. No, most definitely.
Have there been like press screenings of this movie? I didn't know that people had seen it already.
The social embargo lifted 14 minutes ago. Okay. I don't know how
the screenings went. I kind of assumed people that Cameron was still locked away watching it and putting the finishing touches on it.
He might be, but the social embargo has lifted. People have seen it, and we're going to talk about some of those. But first, Mike Mack's Christmas tree. We talked about that a moment ago. There's your good look at it.
Yeah, so that's a Sentinel, and then Galactus helping decorate the tree.
They're almost as tall as the tree.
Yeah, they're larger than the gauntlet at the top.
All right, so let me just make a quick switch in the screen I'm sharing here, and we will start looking at some Avatar: The Way of Water.
Has anyone from Laughing Place seen that movie?
I don't see a tweet from us, so I'm guessing no.
Okay, that's strange.
We're not that fancy.
Yeah. It's Fox. It's the whole Anyway, all right. So we're just going to get started.
What's Fox?
Eric Davis. Eric Davis is that guy from Fandango and Rotten Tomatoes. In other words, probably a freelancer. Happy to say Avatar The Way of Water is phenomenal, bigger, better, more emotional than Avatar. Mute your mic for a moment. The film is visually breathtaking, visceral, and incredibly engrossing. The story, the spectacle, the spirituality, the beauty. This is movie making and storytelling at its absolute finest. So that is an unqualified endorsement there. Perry Nemiroff from Collider. Let's see if Mike can come back on. Nope. Is Avatar The Way of Water is pretty incredible. I had faith James Cameron would raise the bar, get that a little bigger for myself, with the effects, but these visuals are mind-blowing, one stunning frame after the next. But the thing I dug most is how the technical feats always feel in service of character and world building, which I'm not sure that was the case in the first, certainly in service of world building, but not in character. The biggest complaint about the first was the plot was very simplistic and unoriginal, and at least some of the characters as well. So hopefully that is indicative of some improvements here for people who had those reservations about the first Avatar. Again, we're talking about Avatar The Way of Water. Social embargo just ended.
Full name is Avatar the Blue One. That's how we refer to it on this channel. I don't know if you knew that.
The current film?
I think you missed that joke when you were out for a few days, but we call it Avatar the Blue One to differentiate it from The Last Airbender, from your favorite director.
Oh, I did see some of that, yes.
Okay.
Or the icon I used to represent myself. Ian Sandwell says, unsurprisingly, Avatar The Way of Water is a visual masterpiece with rich use of 3D and breathtaking vistas. It does suffer from a thin story and too many characters to juggle, yet James Cameron pulls it together for an extraordinary final act full of emotion and thrilling action. Did you see the original Avatar, Kyle?
Begrudgingly. I worked in a movie theater where we had digital prints, and then for whatever reason, at the end, near the end of its run, we went back to a film print, which was not 3D, and that means I had to assemble the 9-reel film and then stay until the middle of the night screening it to make sure I didn't make any mistakes with my splices.
So I'm guessing it wasn't the most emotional experience in the world for you.
It was not.
Okay, Tom Page, Avatar The Way of Water is more writ large. It's more beautiful, more in awe of Pandora, more vocal in its environmentalism, more damning of humans. It's an adrenaline shot to 3D filmmaking and an uncompromising doubling down. You'd expect nothing less from Cameron. So far, almost nothing but praise. Avatar The Way, this is BD, Brandon Davis. Avatar The Way of Water is a never-ending visual spectacle. It's a better, more complex story than the first with solid emotion, but the characters could grow a bit more. It's definitely long, running on incredible visuals and techniques, which are 3D's best. Do we know the running time? I've seen reports of over 3 hours. Do we happen to know for sure? I don't know if Statboy might know what the running time is. And he did say there were screenings today as well as the premiere was today. So that's where people have gotten it from. Mike Ryan, Avatar The Way of Water. Yeah, never bet against James Cameron. Trying to spare hyperbole, but I've never seen anything like this from a technical visual standpoint. It's overwhelming, maybe too overwhelming. Sometimes I'd miss plot points because I'm staring at a Pandora fish. That's pretty cool. 3 hours and 12 minutes. That's like half as long as Pirates 2. That is a
Pirates 2 still hasn't ended. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. This is my favorite of the reviews talking about how incredible it is. It's from Joseph Deckelmeyer. I'm almost convinced James Cameron shot Avatar The Way of Water on another planet. The film is absolutely stunning and immersive. It's long, but I was completely engaged all the way through. Much like Avatar 13 years ago, this film is a cinematic achievement and it's a must-see event. I mean, it seems like he pulled it off. Avatar was so different, so far out there, so far beyond anything that had been done before that, obviously it became the biggest grossing movie of all time. It's hard to do that twice, but it seems like he actually might have, and that's impressive. James Cameron's the man. Yolanda Mikado, James Cameron is a technology master, and his direction is at its most precise here. The film as a whole, while a technological marvel with a breathtaking world, is just laughable. Dances with Wolves and Free Willy for Gen Z. P beforehand. So not only
the first one was Pocahontas and Fern Gully. So this time we get Free Willy, which I saw that movie as a kid in theaters and wanted to leave. It greatly disturbed me because the bad kids were bad. Fun fact.
Let's see. Gio says that 3 hours, 12 minutes is a bit long for 3D. That's true. This movie is best experienced in 3D, and that means having the glasses on and whatever.
I also
effects.
appreciate Gio's reference to the Zune. Doobie seems like the type of person who would have had a Zune.
I wanted a Zune really bad because
I'm sure you did,
but I never got one.
I'm gonna make you a T-shirt that says "I wanted a Zune." That perfectly encapsulates your personality.
So Eric Davis said, "Yeah, we can do a social review, but that doesn't mean it has to be just one tweet." So he says, "Happy to say, bigger, phenomenal, bigger, better, and more emotional than Avatar. The film is visually breathtaking, visceral, and incredibly engrossing. The story, the spectacle, the spirituality, the beauty."
We'd read that.
I read that already, but he has more.
Yeah, this guy's really pushing the boundaries of the social reaction. You can just do a review if you space it out between 5 tweets and add some extra photos.
This is James Cameron leaning right into that Cameron playbook. There are Titanic vibes, True Lies vibes, Abyss vibes, Terminator 2 vibes. It is Cameron in top form, matching tremendous visuals with a very entertaining and emotional story that leaves you wanting more. Loved. I felt similar after this than I did after Top Gun Maverick, in that it reminds you why we love movies and why we anticipate big spectacle on the big screen. When it lands on all levels, there's nothing sweeter. This one entertains big time, truly a memorable ride. So, wow.
Big.
I am way more excited right now than I was 20 minutes ago. I really did not think he'd be able, for the reasons I just said, he'd be able to pull this off again, and it seems he has. And now I want to see Avatar: The Way of Water on the big screen.
I still don't, but I understand. Look for my friend's name in the post-production team in the credits. Otherwise,
Cool. So there's Avatar: The Way of Water social reactions. Once the big reviews come out, we might do this again and look at the Rotten Tomatoes overall and see what people had to say. And certainly once it comes out, we'll be covering it because it's Disney now.
Curious what Celestino thought of those reviews, if he's not in a loud area.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
What did you think of those reviews?
Well, first I want to say I have anxiety about Avatar, and for the same reason, or a similar reason that Kyle does. I was working as a film projectionist when the original came out, and one of the reels, so I think it was like reel 4 or 5 in one of our prints, one of the reels arrived tails out, and Kyle knows what that means.
Yeah.
And my coworker did not notice it and spliced it into the print tails out. And that means like about halfway through the movie, everything was upside down and backwards for the midnight screening. I think it arrived the day it opened. So
yeah, that's the thing about that tight security that Fox did and Disney did, is like, yeah, you don't get to screen the movies, and so you can make mistakes like that.
So we had to stay late, much like Kyle did. We had to stay late, rewind the film onto a giant reel, and
6,000.
Yeah, a 6K, and then reverse the reel and put it back in, and oh boy, it was not fun. That's my memory of Avatar.
Is this how movie watching is still done in theaters or movie projecting?
Nope. Now it's
it's all on a computer. Yeah.
Or they're using Zune, right? They're using Zunes.
They're using Zunes.
Yes. So Mike is on his way over. We want to take a look at what construction is like on the Adventureland Treehouse, featuring or inspired by Swiss Family Robinson. Mike Mack says he looks forward to watching Avatar the way he watched the Snyder Cut, on my couch and in 2 sittings. Fair enough.
To answer your question, it's always good when a movie is good. I'm not the world's biggest Avatar fan, but I will. I already have a ticket to see it at the El Capitan next week, so I will keep an open mind as always, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he did.
Can I share another projection story while we're here?
Let me ask Mike real quick. Are you more excited hearing those reviews than you were before, or no effect?
Yeah, I'm glad that they're all very positive. I I always love when a movie is exceeds my expectations. If it surprises me and I really like it, I'll be very surprised. But yeah, I would say I'm more interested in it now with all those glowing, because I feel like people had soured a little bit on Avatar as a franchise, especially among film fans or whatever. So to know all these critics are really loving it, it does give me a little bit more hope.
So there's a treehouse. It's just a bunch of scrims right now, but if you were here after dark, those lights would just kind of light right through it. You'd see right through it and see the actual work being done.
Yeah.
As I learned when I was there.
Okay. Yeah, they're all just work
cool.
lights, but yeah, I've been trying to see, because you can kind of, when I was in the queue for Pirates earlier, you can kind of see above the top over there, and I couldn't really make out any specific details of what's going on in there, but I looked for them. We don't have a date for this yet, do we? No.
We do not have a date. We have a season, an early. What do we have for this?
I don't think we have anything, but
we have nothing. Okay. I thought we at least had a year. Okay. And we also don't have a date for Splash Mountain, which we do in Florida.
Right.
So Mike, make sure you get as many rides on Splash Mountain as you possibly can, because when it's gone, it's gone.
Okay. Same with Indiana Jones, although the ride's not going away. It's going to get a refurb soon, but I should. It was down this morning. I should go back. I should go on it now and take note of all the things that aren't working and see if they fix them when it reopens.
Yeah, it'd be good to get a video of it before it goes down, just in case they make some decent amount of changes. Not expected, but you never know. All right, Mike.
All right.
We'll let you get back to your job. Thank you so much for joining us live from Disneyland.
This is part of my job.
Oh, wait, this is your job. Thanks for joining us live from Disneyland, Mike. Not what I meant to do. Get him back on the stream. You're still there, Mike. Don't go yet.
Okay.
And he will be, whatever he finds, merchandise, new stuff, those articles will be on Laughing Place. Tons of stuff on Twitter already. So follow us every place we are to see that stuff. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
And thanks, Kyle. I think that's pretty much it for today.
I think so.
Let me check out one thing real quick. I think there's one more thing I just want to get a few pictures of. Oh, pretty. We've got someone at Animal Kingdom right now. That's what I wanted to show. Yeah, he is. All right. Get out of here. This is cute. Menagerie cupcake. Christmas lights at Dinoland. We've had a lot of this on the site already, but it's just fun to see when it's right now. This is how it looks like right now, 21 minutes ago. So, and also,
Avatar.
one more thing I wanted to show. Sorry.
Right
here.
Inception.
Oh, that's creepy, huh? All right, it's not bad. Oh, I do have it. Sorry. Sorry. Jack tweets. Is this it? This is it.
Yes, it is. If this is it, please let me know.
Over at Animal Kingdom Lodge, the ginger aff is black. In lieu of a gingerbread house, they have a gingerbread giraffe and zebra, it looks like. So got those pictures from Animal Kingdom Lodge, Ginger Aff and Deborah the zebra, created by Lexi Ross, pastry chef. Pretty cool. I like the way they've gone something different with their gingerbread house at Animal Kingdom.
Wonder if my wife knows her.
That's right. Need to find out. Speaking of your wife and my wife will be going live in just 31 minutes with Barely Necessities, the Disney merchandise show. So we're going to get out of here and make way for them. Thank you once again for joining us today as we went through some new merchandise from Star Wars, Hasbro Pulse, and looked at Avatar: The Way of Water social reviews, which were extremely positive. So,
and check in at Disneyland.
And check multiple check-ins at Disneyland. How could I forget? In a half hour, we've got Barely Necessities, and then at 7:30 p.m. Pacific tonight, we've got Disney Trivia Live with myself and my son. Then tomorrow morning, I suspect we're just going to be back here again, talking about whatever happens between now and then. So, till then, take care, everybody. We will see you later.